Tax Lien Certificates Network presents Tax Sales Investing Made Easy. Instead of investing in the stock market and hoping you don't lose your shirt, did you know government-backed tax lien certificates are much safer investments? They pay returns as high as 25%, 50%, or even 1,000%. Best of all, the worse the economy gets, the more opportunities these investments will provide for you. If you've shopped for groceries lately, I don't have to tell you that inflation is real and that it's hitting most families pretty hard. By this time next year, many economists are projecting that we will be paying much more for food, gas, clothes, and basically everything we depend upon to make our lives comfortable. Unfortunately, most people are heading into these uncertain times without a plan of action. Give me the next few minutes, and I'll show you how you can use tax lien certificates to make sure your wealth increases faster than prices. Of course, you can buy tax lien certificates with a few $100s, but the more you have to invest, the faster your nest egg will grow. As a bonus, I'm going to show you how to legally not pay taxes on the profits you earn. Now, before we get started, you need to know that my marketing team thinks I'm giving away too much free information in this presentation. Therefore, I cannot guarantee you this information will be online much longer. So it's very important that you watch the presentation now. Now, you've heard the news that the U.S. is $14 trillion in debt. But what you haven't heard is that the only chance the government has of paying off this size of debt is by printing more money. This may not sound so bad at first, but consider this. Every new dollar the government prints will cause the dollars you own to decrease in value. Now, this means that every dollar you save today will buy fewer goods tomorrow. Simply stated, saving money isn't much different than burning it up. Once you learn a few secrets, buying tax lien certificates will put you on the road to financial independence in any economy. If you've watched late-night television, you've probably seen commercials for tax certificate courses that seem to be great deals, but the offer getting most of the airtime pretends that you will only have to pay $20 for the entire course. It sounds great, but what these guys fail to tell you is that after they hook you with the original offer, you'll be charged an extra $1,000 to $7,000 before you can buy your first tax lien certificate. If you're currently living paycheck to paycheck, it's not your fault because our education systems do not teach us to think practically about our finances. If we're lucky, we have learned how to create a household budget, balance our checkbooks, and take out massive loans to pay for everything from our college educations to our homes. And as long as a person doesn't experience any unexpected expenses or illnesses, that financial model can keep them a few months ahead of the bill collectors. Tax lien certificates and tax deeds have withstood the volatile economic conditions we experienced the past 10 years. When my friends and coworkers were watching the value of their portfolios decline on a daily basis, I was enjoying life knowing that mine were 100% secure and backed by the government. When I laid my head down to sleep at night, I didn't have nightmares about what I would discover from the financial news reports the next day. That's called peace of mind, and that alone is worth the little time it takes to learn this investment strategy. Earlier in this presentation, I told you that I would tell you how to make tax-free returns on your tax certificate investments. To accomplish this, you'll simply need to open a self-directed Roth individual retirement account. Then deposit all the funds you've earmarked with your tax certificate investments into your Roth account. Finally, you would purchase your tax lien certificates and tax deeds in the name of your Roth account. Since all money put into your Roth account has already been taxed, Uncle Sam doesn't tax you on the profits generated by the account. If you wait until you retire to take out your profits, those profits will be 100% tax-free, even if your Roth investments accumulate many millions of dollars. I've partnered with a well-established company called Equity Trust to set up my self-directed Roth account. You can find all the required information about them on the internet. Whether you decide to put some, all, or none of your profits into a Roth retirement account, you still need a proven method for maximizing the return that a tax certificate investing strategy offers. That's why I'm offering to send you the very same training materials that I used to take my portfolio from a few $1,000s to well over $500,000 in 5 short years. I want to tell you about a personal friend of mine named Steve. He's a renowned expert in tax lien investing and is personally responsible for giving me the education I need to build my financial nest egg. Steve's principles are tried, tested, and proven not by dozens, but by hundreds of thousands of people just like you and me. Before I agreed to become Steve's business partner, I put the techniques he was teaching to the test. The information I learned helped create the financial security my family and I enjoy today. This best-selling program, Wealth Without Risk, teaches exactly that. The truth about how you can create wealth without risking your hard-earned money. Over the past 10 years, over 236,000 people have taken the course, and many of them are wealthy today. What does this mean to you? Well, with these investment tactics, it means you too can build a sound financial future without being overly concerned about the stock market, the housing market, or high interest rates. There are no special skills, education, or special knowledge required. And since the instruction manuals take you by the hand and lead you step by step, it's so easy that anyone can do it. All you need is a few hours to study the materials, the desire to do better financially, and the willingness to make it happen. If investing in tax certificates is so great, why am I sharing this information with the world? This is probably what you're asking yourself, and it's a fair question. Well, as I'm sure you've already considered, I'm not parting with this information for free. Frankly, there are far too many opportunities for one person to properly research and administer. By charging you and other customers a small fee for the course, we'll be able to build a national database of available tax lien certificates. Once the database is up and running, investors like you will be able to go online and immediately get star ratings for any tax certificate you're thinking about buying. Of course, we plan to charge a small subscription for that service as well, but this will ensure that everybody wins. If you do nothing, you could miss out on what many experts believe is one of the few ways left to build wealth in a bad economy. If you go at it alone like I did for so many years, you'll have a heck of a learning curve, and you could end up wasting thousands of dollars buying worthless tax lien certificates. What would you expect to pay for a course that teaches you how to generate income that allows you to create income in any economic environment? Now, before you answer that question, check out the bonus materials you'll also receive. You get an additional mini course we call the Mailbox Millionaire, which teaches you how to create a fortune investing in unsold tax liens through the mail. You'll also receive our guide to tax-free returns. In this 100-plus page course, a securities expert provides a straightforward step-by-step guide to realizing tax-deferred and tax-free profits. Now, what would you expect to pay? Wait, there is more. To ensure that you have the quickest possible access to phone numbers, addresses, maps, and tools to help you connect with the best tax lien states and counties, we will also include our National Tax Lien Handbook. Now, what's it worth to have all this valuable information immediately downloaded directly to your computer within 3 minutes of placing your order? So let's add it all up. Our complete tax lien certificate and tax deed investment course, $198. The Mailbox Millionaire mini course that teaches you how to invest by mail, $25. The guide to tax-free returns on your tax lien investments is valued at $25. The National Tax Lien Handbook with all required contact information is also $25. That's a total value of about $273. But the good news is I'm not going to price this course at $273 or even half that amount, which would be about $136. I was originally thinking I would sell the entire course and bonuses for $75 because that's what most people believe would be fair. But I'm not going to do that either, since I think this information needs to be affordable for everyone who wants to participate. I'm not going to price it at $50 or even $30. You can get everything we've mentioned, including bonuses, a private forum, telephone support, and a 100% money-back guarantee for only $27. Since people all around the country are paying upwards of $2,000 for the same sort of program and support, every single person I've asked about this price point thinks I'm totally insane. Now, all you have to do to get started is to take me up on my offer. Just click the button below and it's all yours. Every tip, every bonus, and every secret for creating a solid financial base using tax lien certificates and tax deeds. Only $27 and without any risk. Click the button now and let's get started. I know what you're thinking now. What if it doesn't work for me? What if I don't profit from tax lien certificates investing? Guess what? We'll give you your money back and you can keep the entire program absolutely free. With this training, your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed, and I want to make this clear. Everything I offer has a 60-day satisfaction, no questions asked guarantee. So if you don't love it, I'll insist you take your money back. But I think the last thing you want to do is give this back once you see the course. Still sitting there and waiting for something? Let me ask you, how will tomorrow be any different from today if you don't change your life and miss out on the opportunity to live the life you've always dreamed about? So hit the magic orange button below and get started today. I really want you to be a part of this training because it has helped a lot of people already and it's going to help you.